And the last part of our tour is over here with Caitlin.
Hello.
Hi, Caitlin.
So this is our revised interiors library. Typically we have a lot more space, but again, because of COVID, we had to rearrange. So things are pushed up and kind of more disorganized than I would usually like them. But as you can see, there's a lot of materials to go through, everything from flooring, there's tile, there's carpet, there's paint, anything you can imagine. And then you end up having to order a lot as well. So I'll get into what I do day to day as far as samples and projects and collaboration. Okay, so here we are sort of in my little stand-up space that I spend some of my time with the samples. It's easy to lay things out, very convenient. A lot of architecture firms have large surface areas like this. So here I have samples. These are all things that sort of they arrive day to day, and we need to either put them away or maybe they're for a project, for an option for materiality to use in a project. So I'll just jump into a project that I've been working on. This project, I was just in a couple meetings yesterday. It's a chapel in a hospital. So basically it has to be non-denominational. So what we did is tried to come up with a tranquil space. We have two renderings to kind of give them different options. So this is the presentation that we gave to them yesterday. We have the layout of the space, giving them everything they asked for. It's a very tight space, so it was a challenge. This is a project that I've been collaborating with two others on. One's an architect and one is a hospital planner. So, and we have our renderings. The first option, print is never as good as the rendering on the screen, but these are the prints that we were able to accomplish for them. We have a metal screen here, and it is backlit, so we have the material that we were able to show them, and then we have some wood veneers to warm up the space, some carpet to absorb acoustics, as well as acoustics in the center. Overall, we felt like it gave it a really minimalistic, warm, inviting space. The second option is reusing actually some of the product that's already in the space, which is stained glass. So in this option, we integrated the stained glass into a wood feature wall that also wraps up onto the ceiling. Again, we have carpet on the floor, acoustics on the ceiling, and this one's a little different in that the opposite wall has a little bit of a display case here. So these are two options that we presented to them, and we're just waiting on some feedback from them so that we can begin to move ahead with revisions. These are kind of a starting point, to be honest, and there's a lot more work that comes from here. Okay, so you may be able to see here that we have some drawings printed out, and basically these are called red lines, where we are quite a ways through the process of getting the drawings complete, and we basically take turns printing them out and reviewing them, checking each other's work, because first go around is never always correct. We're humans, we make mistakes, so what we have to do is review them, redline them, and then we do what you would call picking up the red lines. So here, some drawings, and you can see many different iterations of reviewing and the highlighting of the picking up those reviews and mistakes and adding notes and things like that. This process is extremely important so that our drawings get out and they are correct and they're easy to understand for everybody involved with the project.
So Caitlin, I have a couple questions for you. The first is, what is the biggest misconception of being an interior designer?
I would say that what you see on HGTV or maybe what you see as far as decorating is a little different. There's a lot different from what I do, but it can vary greatly. I mean, my day-to-day is a lot more, to do with code, to do with keeping people safe as far as fire safety and ADA accessibility guidelines. There's still a lot to do with materiality and understanding how finishes work. and what looks good together, but I would say that that's a fairly small aspect of what I do. But that's not to say if you got into interior design, you couldn't do something that's a little bit more decorative. You could do something that's more to do with furniture. There's a lot of different things you can do with a degree in interior design, I think.
Fantastic. So tell me, what are the best parts of your day-to-day work?
I would say I love being involved from the very get-go with the architects and everybody else involved, and conceptualizing and coming up with something that's really going to succeed and make the client happy. Ultimately, I think that's the goal in any project.
Great. And now tell us, how has COVID-19 changed your day-to-day life?
I think it's changed in a way that it's changed for most people, really. It's that you're spending a lot more time on the computer. You're spending a lot more time, talking over Zoom and having meetings over over video, a lot more emails, a lot more chatting between coworkers on chat apps. It's a little weird, but we're lucky that we can still come into the office a couple days a week to kind of still see one another and have some semblance of normalcy. But yeah, it's weird.
The collaboration aspect, definitely.
Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.